Jeremiah 41, 1 through 18. Devotional focus verse. And Ishmael the son of Nethaniah went forth from Mizpah to meet them, weeping all along as he went. And it came to pass, as he met them, he said unto them, Come to Gedaliah the son of Ahikam. And it was so, when they came into the midst of the city, that Ishmael the son of Nethaniah slew them, and cast them into the midst of the pit, he and the men that were with him. Jeremiah 41, 6 and 7. Walter and Lizzy Frymire were busy serving God. At 65 years old, Walter was retired and a volunteer worker in the printing plant of the Apostolic Faith Church in Portland, Oregon. He discovered that it was his niche in life. He loved helping to publish gospel literature. Lizzy was active in distributing that literature as she ministered to others through hospital and nursing home visitations. In October of 1951, the Frymires took a trip to visit their 4 sons and 2 daughters who lived in Southern Oregon and California. After visiting all these families, one Saturday they started north toward home. The highway was a 2-lane road, and along the way, all the northbound traffic was stopped because of a vehicle breakdown. The driver behind the Frymires did not realize that traffic was stopped, and he rear-ended them, knocking their car into the oncoming lane. The southbound traffic was moving quickly, and the Frymire car was thrust in front of a truck. The truck driver had no time to stop, and Walter and Lizzy were both killed. None of us knows when we will be called into eternity. In today's text, 70 Jewish men who were traveling toward the destroyed city of Jerusalem were murdered. They were probably going to worship where the temple had been located, and had no thought that their lives would be taken that day. We need to be prepared to enter eternity because it could happen quickly to any one of us. This does not have to be a fearful thought. If we know that God has forgiven our sins and we are ready to meet Him, we can trust Him to regulate the exact moment our summons will come. We can look forward to seeing the Lord face to face. We just need to be ready. Background information. This chapter recounts Ishmael's treacherous assassination of Gedaliah, the Jewish governor in Mizpah. Ishmael was a royal descendant of Zedekiah, the last king of Judah, possibly envious that he had not been chosen as governor, or incensed by Gedaliah's order for the remnant of Judah to submit to Babylonian rule. He conspired with the king of the Ammonites to assassinate Gedaliah. Although Gedaliah had been warned by Johanan and others, see Jeremiah 40, 13 and 14, that there was a plot against his life, he did not believe that Ishmael was capable of such an act of treachery. In Jeremiah's time, eating a meal together was a custom that symbolized the assurance of friendship and loyalty to one another. However, Ishmael used his unsuspecting host's hospitality as an opportunity to ambush Gedaliah, as well as the Jews, Chaldeans, and soldiers who were with him. After concealing Gedaliah's death for 2 days, Ishmael confronted 80 men who were passing by Mizpah on their way to Jerusalem. Their shaven beards and rent clothing signified that they were mourning, possibly due to the destruction of their beloved temple. In mockery, Ishmael emulated their weeping and persuaded them to turn aside into Mizpah to meet with Gedaliah. Once they were inside Mizpah, Ishmael brutally murdered 70 of them, only sparing the other 10 when they offered to lead him to their stores of food supplies. Although it is unclear what Ishmael's motive for murder was, it may have been robbery. Ishmael threw the bodies of the slain men into a cistern that King Asa had dug 300 years earlier during a crisis with Baasha, king of Israel. Ishmael then seized the remaining inhabitants of Mizpah with the intention of taking them to the land of the Ammonites. However, When Johanan and the other chieftains heard of Ishmael's evil deeds, they gathered their forces and met Ishmael by a large pool of water located in Gibeon, around 5 miles northwest of Jerusalem. The captives from Mizpah were relieved to see Johanan and his armies, but Ishmael, realizing that he was about to be defeated, managed to escape to the Ammonites along with 8 of his men. Johanan and the other clan leaders chose not to return to Mizpah for fear that the Babylonians would believe they were involved in the assassination of Gedaliah. They took the people they had rescued from Ishmael to Shimham, located close to Bethlehem, and made plans to travel into Egypt. Conclusion: we never know when we will be called into eternity, but we can be ready.
Chapter 41. Now it came to pass in the 7th month that Ishmael the son of Nethaniah the son of Elishama of the seed royal, and the princes of the king, even 10 men with him, came unto Gedaliah the son of Ahikam to Mizpah, and there they did eat bread together in Mizpah. Then arose Ishmael the son of Nethaniah and the 10 men that were with him, and smote Gedaliah the son of Ahikam the son of Shaphan with the sword, and slew him, whom the king of Babylon had made governor over the land. Ishmael also slew all the Jews that were with him, even with Gedaliah at Mizpah, and the Chaldeans that were found there, and the men of war. And it came to pass the 2nd day after he had slain Gedaliah, and no man knew it, that there came certain from Shechem, from Shiloh, and from Samaria, even 80 men, having their beards shaven, and their clothes rent, and having cut themselves, with offerings and incense in their hand, to bring them to the house of the Lord. And Ishmael the son of Nethaniah went forth from Mizpah to meet them, weeping all along as he went. And it came to pass as he met them, he said unto them, Come to Gedaliah the son of Ahikam. And it was so, when they came into the midst of the city, that Ishmael the son of Nethaniah slew them, and cast them into the midst of the pit, he and the men that were with him. But 10 men were found among them that said unto Ishmael, Slay us not, for we have treasures in the field of wheat and of barley and of oil and of honey. So he forbare and slew them not among their brethren. Now the pit wherein Ishmael had cast all the dead bodies of the men whom he had slain because of Gedaliah, was it which Asa the king had made for fear of Baasha, king of Israel, and Ishmael the son of Nethaniah filled it with them that were slain. Then Ishmael carried away captive all the residue of the people that were in Mizpah, even the king's daughters, and all the people that remained in Mizpah, whom Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, had committed to Gedaliah the son of Ahikam. And Ishmael the son of Nethaniah carried them away captive, and departed to go over to the Ammonites. But when Johanan the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were with him, heard of all the evil that Ishmael the son of Nethaniah had done, then they took all the men and went to fight with Ishmael the son of Nethaniah, and found him by the great waters that are in Gibeon. Now it came to pass that when all the people which were with Ishmael saw Johanan the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were with him, then they were glad. So all the people that Ishmael had carried away captive from Mizpah cast about and returned, and went unto Johanan the son of Kareah. But Ishmael the son of Nethaniah escaped from Johanan with 8 men, and went to the Ammonites. Then took Johanan the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were with him, all the remnant of the people whom he had recovered from Ishmael the son of Nethaniah from Mizpah, after that he had slain Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, even mighty men of war, and the women and the children and the eunuchs, whom he had brought again from Gibeon. And they departed and dwelt in the habitation of Chimham, which is by Bethlehem, to go to enter into Egypt, because of the Chaldeans. for they were afraid of them, because Ishmael the son of Nethaniah had slain Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, whom the king of Babylon made governor in the land.